Hello, Scorpio. This is Michelle from Divine Intuition, and welcome to your monthly Taroscope reading for this month of April 2023. So, for this reading, like always, I'm going to be using the Witch's Tarot, and I wanted to change it up a bit as well and use the Psychic Tarot for the heart instead of just using the Psychic Tarot. So, I'll take some cards from there too. Okay. All right, Scorpio. So, if you live if you live up in the north, then you are quite excited that spring is coming now. So we are ending our winter and we are beginning our spring. Or it just could be an internal spring if it's other people living in other parts of the world. So let's see what this month of April has in store for you, Scorpio. Okay, we have the Magician. That's great. We have the Knight of Wands. Lots of excitement. Ooh, lots of things happening for you for the month of April, Scorpio. We have the Eight of Wands. And we have the Fool. Okay, so let's take a look at this further for you, Scorpio. So so there's a lot of things happening for you, Scorpio. A lot of quite exciting things. You're definitely going to be out of your comfort zone because there's a lot of things coming in for you. There's a lot of things coming in for you. So things are going to move quite quickly for you for the month of April. You're going to need to move quite quickly because there's just a lot of things happening and things that it's kind of out of your comfort zone. You're not quite used to it, Scorpio. You are more you like things to stay in your comfort zone because Scorpios, you guys like to be very reserved, much more introverted than usual, but not all Scorpios are like that. Some Scorpios like to go out and have fun, right? But it's definitely an energy that's different from you. So you may feel like a little bit out of your comfort zone. That's what I feel, Scorpio, because there's a lot of things coming forward for you, and you're going to need to move quite quickly. You don't have time to process it. That's the feeling I get for you, Scorpio. That's why it makes you a little bit uncomfortable because it's so fast and it comes in so quickly that you're going to have to kind of adjust to it very quickly and like adjust to this new way of living or new activity that's coming in, or perhaps you're moving. Lots of things just coming forward very quick for you, Scorpio. So because things are moving quite quickly, they're positive. They're not nothing scary. It's just quite exciting. Because it comes so quickly, it's quite of a shock, and it's hard to process it as quickly as we can, right? So it's going to take some time to process it. Because you have the Knight of Wands coming in, and the Knight of Wands is a energy that is quite passionate, quite quick in action. So it's an individual that perhaps could be approaching very quickly in your life, right? So we have the Knight of Wands here with the Eight of Wands. So yeah, just lots of things coming forward for you in this month of April, Scorpio, that is quite different to your element. And it could be the influence of an individual coming in quite quickly and quite not abruptly, but for you emotionally, it can be quite a shock for you. So yeah, Scorpio, there is quite some movement coming in for you for this month of April. And we are approaching spring and maybe things can be much more warmer, or probably you're going through an internal, spring. Right. And you're going to have to adjust to things. So you're going to have to adjust to new patterns, new routines, adjust to this person probably that is coming in very quickly. Could be at work, could be in the home place, could be in your friend circle, could be, yeah, maybe in business ventures, whoever it is. They're quite, they're a person that's quite, they like excitement. They're quite a strong fire element. They move quite quickly and quite fast. They are very, yeah, they're very adventurous. They like to do things very very quickly. So yeah, they're quite passionate, very passionate in what they talk about. Maybe passionate in certain topics, certain conversations, or what this person does in their daily routine. Very passionate to what they do. Very purposeful. They have a strong sense of purpose. That's what I feel. So it could be quite exciting to have a conversation with this individual, with this Knight of Wands. Could be quite quite exciting to talk to. They're not, they won't bore you. They actually have a lot of stimulation to they're good at creating conversation. That's what I feel. And yeah, and they have more to offer. They can make life quite exciting. So yeah, that's why it's quick movement, but it's unexpected, but same time it's optimistic, So yeah, that's why it's going to be quite an interesting month for you, Scorpio. You have the Magician here. So the Magician is about kind of mm, learning how to take control of your life, taking control of your reality, learning to manifest things much more smoothly instead of kind of like struggling in your life and feeling like you don't have control over situations in your life. You're going to feel like you're going to have more control, meaning like not control over a situation, but control over how you think about your life. And that's what I feel. More like what your mental process is like, right? Instead of denying things and creating a reality of perhaps lack or a reality that's limited, or finding excuses all the time of certain things why you shouldn't create certain things in your life all the time, you're going to start to realize that in this month of April, all that those thinking patterns will kind of dissolve, and you're going to start to kind of take initiate on certain things. So this is the card of taking action, initiating on things in your life, progressing forward. So the Knight of Wands can also mean perhaps it's you as well, not necessarily an individual externally, but could be me, perhaps you. And you could feel a bit more like, okay, a bit more adventurous and wanting to do things outdoors, wanting to do more activities and pursuing things more, right? So there is quite, a stimulation this month of April. So you are kind of stimulating, there's stimulations from somebody, or you are also pushing yourself forward into certain things. You are going to want to create certain things, perhaps do certain things in your reality or change your patterns that you usually wouldn't do. So certain things that you used to do, you're going to want to kind of change your routine a bit and kind of do certain things that you usually wouldn't do. That's what I feel. You're going to be very similar to the Knight of Wands, whereas you're going to take risks, take action on things in this month of April. Um because you're going to feel like wanting to take risks and taking action in the month of April, there are things around your environment that are going to move quite quickly, right? So the Eight of Wands is things moving quite quickly for you because you're initiating on things, because you're taking action, like the Magician, on certain things that you were contemplating, or perhaps just the way how you think. You're just changing your thinking patterns and now kind of taking action on them. Instead of doubting yourself and doubting what you want to do, you're going to start taking action and start doing those things that you wanted to do instead of contemplating all the time or second guessing yourself all the time, Scorpio. Okay. And that's why you're going to see that with this kind of new excitement, things will move quite quickly for you. This is going to give you the confidence to kind of start a new beginning for you and take on risks that you wouldn't take risks before. And this is why you have the Knight of Wands as well, because these are risk takers. Knight of Wands and the Fool, it's the energy of getting out there and taking that risk, right? Getting out there, right? Taking the initiative, taking action on doing things that you wouldn't do before. So you are kind of jumping forward, taking the leap, because the Fool is about taking the leap forward. Things that you were afraid of risking, you're not afraid of risking it anymore. You feel quite confident, right? With the Knight of Wands, quite confident in taking on this risk, quite confident on taking this leap forward, right? And so you are going to take that risk and you are going to push on forward to experiment certain things and try certain things that you wanted to do, but you didn't do it, but now you're going to do it. So yeah, you're not afraid and you're kind of trusting, right? The Fool is about trusting in a higher force, trusting in yourself and taking that risk and seeing how it will progress. So anything you're contemplating about or things that you were contemplating before that you were afraid and initiating on, it looks like you will start to initiate in this month of April, Scorpio, and you're going to take that risk and move on forward towards it. You have a lot of support. Like you don't feel like you have a lot of confidence because you have a lot of support. And it may be a support of this Knight of Wands as well. This Knight of Wands could be supporting you in that sense, in trusting and taking that leap forward in what you were doubting yourself. And so that's why you're gonna grab all the tools available around you. You have all the tools to make it happen. So why not, Scorpio? So it looks like you will be confident enough to bring all the tools, lay all the cards on the table, all the tools there you have to construct or build something new or initiate on something new, right? Scorpio? All right, so let's take a few cards from the Psychic Tarot for the heart to see what other messages we have for you. For Scorpio. So we have confront. So there are certain things you're confronting from your past, trying to resolve and heal. We have the crown chakra. We have teach and observe. Okay, so yeah. You are observing a lot. You are quite an observant individual, Scorpio. You are good at observing your environment, at people, at situation, and analyzing them, and kind of having your own self-judgment of certain things. You're very good at observing and very internal. You're very close to your internal world. And there are certain things that you are surrendering still, even though you're taking action on certain things and you're initiating on certain things, taking risks on things, feeling more confident to push on forward. There are certain things, though, you are pulling back, just a few things that you're pulling back, Scorpio, because you need more time to analyze it and observe it and kind of find that final judgment of what you're still contemplating about. So there's certain things you're still contemplating that you're unsure of and you're not certain of certain things. So you are still observing, you are kind of surrendering to the situation and still reflecting on it and contemplating on it. So you are quite the observer this month of April still. Although there are things that you are initiating, taking action, certain things you are still pulling back and still kind of being reserved and contemplating. And that's what I feel for you, right? And yeah, there it comes from past experiences in your life. Like certain things taught you a lesson of why you have to not, you still have to pull back on certain things and still observe, right? Certain life lessons that taught you why you have to take precautions in certain things, right? That you're uncertain of, right? And a lot of these precautions have to do with something in your past because you are confronting certain situations this month of April. You are kind of purging certain things. You are purging your past. You are confronting your past because you have confront. You're confronting things, right? So that could be you looking at your past, you or your inner child, looking at your inner child, looking at situations within you, right? From your childhood or from a person. Maybe you're dealing with somebody, with somebody in your family or something, or within you. And it's in your inner world, right? The moon reflects the moon. This is the moon card. This is the moon card. The moon always highlights our internal world, whereas the sun in the daylight reflects the external world. So you will always see things in your external reality, the sun, because of the sun. So your external reality, what you view in the outside, what is illuminated from the sun, will reflect your external world. But the moon is what will highlight things in the dark that we are unaware or that we tend to hide or throw under the rug and not confront. So that's something that you are going to need to confront in this month of April, right? As there's certain inner wounds in your childhood or in the past. Your inner child needs some healing, or certain things from the past that you just need to start to confront now, because the moon is illuminating that, and we can't hide it anymore, and we have to confront it. Now, this could be remembering certain things from the past that you don't want to remember, and you need to start healing from it. And it can be quite hard to heal from it, Scorpio, but it's time to heal from it. Or it can be with people that you need to resolve certain things, confront certain things with them that perhaps has been under the rug or has been avoided. So now you're going to have to confront it and communicate towards that situation with them or within yourself, right? So yeah, there are going to be certain things at this month of April that you're going to need to confront and heal, right? And those situations, can be quite painful to confront. I understand that, right? And it's going to take some time, but there are going to be moments where you will need to push yourself to confront it, right, and heal from it. But like I said, those situations from the past is what has made you cautious, Scorpio, right? That's why you're more observant of the situation and than anything, because of the situations that you've gone through that you keep hidden, or you don't discuss much, or you haven't healed yet, right? So yeah, the moon is illuminating that, making you aware of that is hidden. And so in a way, you're aware of it, and that's why you kind of stay back and you kind of observe the situation before taking action on it. Even though there are things that you are taking action on, Scorpio, but like I said, there are certain things that you are kind of still holding back, right? Um, you still need to heal your throat chakra, because I know in the previous reading we discussed about your throat chakra, and Scorpio is like the only reading I do where my throat starts to feel like that. So you still need to activate your throat chakra and your crown chakra, right? So you have to not only work on your throat chakra but your crown chakra as well. It's probably blocked. You probably have it blocked, and so it's hard for you to receive certain information, certain channeling, important messages to come through. Whereas the third eye is like where it's clairvoyance, where you can perceive and see things, or intuitively know and see. You can the crown helps us kind of like to channel other worlds and other beings that want to communicate with us. It's a link to the other side. So throat, heal the throat, right? Get a turquoise crystal or a sodalite crystal to help with your throat chakra, because you still need to heal that. And work on your crown. So that's the crystals you can use for your crown chakra are amethyst. So getting an amethyst, a purple crystals help. An amethyst, a clear quartz crystal, that helps for your crown. Yeah. So yeah, definitely your throat. And yeah, so I for some reason it's blocked. Maybe you become numb in certain situations that blocked it. But it's so beneficial when we unblock it. Getting those messages and connections from beyond us is like so helpful, because the human being is so limited in their reality in this dimension, third dimension, fourth dimension, right? We don't see everything around us. We just see kind of like a narrow path. Like it's hard to view things in the future or where we're heading. Whereas if we connect to higher divine forces above us, they can help us, guide us in the right direction. They can lead us in the right direction. They can give us messages being like, hey, this path you're going through is not the right one. You take this path instead. So something like you can get that, or hey, this thing, go to it. You'll find something there. Or like this person, trust this person. Well, that's more like the third eye, but messages, from your spirit guides, and like, you will be guided much more smoothly in life if your telephone, your connection is wired, right? Your antenna is tuned in to outside, to divinity, to the other realms, right? So yeah, unlock that, because you're going to realize a lot of things, Scorpio, that can help you in life. And maybe that has to do with teaching. So maybe you have a lot of knowledge. You learn and gain a lot of knowledge, Scorpio, and you can actually teach people this knowledge. You probably studied a lot, gained certain esoteric knowledge or religious knowledge that you know, because this is a card of religion. So any religion that you are into, right? You could, or spiritual knowledge, you could actually use that to your advantage and also help people out that really need to hear this, right? And you can be like a teacher with the book there, right? And everybody listening to you. Maybe you need to approach kids. It's time to kind of connect with other people, right? Seeing that you have a lot of fire in you this month, Scorpio, you have a lot of fire. And it could be thanks to this Knight of Wands that's helping you. And because you have a lot of fire in you, you I was just told that about something about this Knight of Wands. Like if it's somebody else, this could be another reason why you're pulling back and why you're not fully trusting maybe in this Knight of Wands. You're observant because of things of what happened in your past. So things that happened in your past, right, could not have gone that well. And that's why you're a bit hesitant to trust this person. So you're much more observant than anything. And that's why you're not taking action on that. But you're taking action. But this person seems so genuine. Like this person is quite quite excited. Like it's a very exciting energy. Likes to talk about their things, and they're maybe hyperactive. I'm not sure. But yeah, they seem trustable. But because of certain things, you prefer to stay back and not fully trust yet and observe on things. But going back on certain knowledge that you have, you could teach other people certain things that you have that you're aware of, right? Or you could be studying, going back into your books because because you're opening up your crown chakra, you're receiving certain messages and channels that is helping you guide you on where you should go and maybe go back into your studies or go back into this energy that was quite healing and keeping you quite stable and sane maybe or kind of like your refuge, right? Or you could be giving that knowledge to other people who really need to hear it, right? Maybe this person needs to hear it too, right? It's coming in. So yeah, Scorpio, so that's what I see for you for this month of April. uh Lots of things happening for you. I mean, there is quite a lot of energy, lots of fire happening for you, things moving quite quickly for you, quite out of your element, but you could have some fire in your chart, right? So yeah, so it's quite exciting for you and quite adventurous and new interaction, taking action on certain things that you kind of pulled back, new interaction, but still kind of observing the situation around you, observing the person and the situation around you, confrontation towards things in the past, healing from them, and taking risks and action finally on things that you really wanted to pursue, right? And time to open that crown chakra so that you can start perhaps pursuing your purpose or opening up those channels so that you can finally tune into your essence. Maybe this is your essence, right? And you can help other people in regards to it. Or another person can be helping you, right? All right, Scorpio, I hope you enjoyed this monthly Taroscope reading for April 2023. If you like this video, please make sure to like the video, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment below. And if you'd like to donate, the link is below under my description as well. And yeah, Scorpio, I hope you have a great month of April 2023. And I hope to see you guys real soon in my next video, okay? Have a good one, Scorpio. Bye.